Hi, I'm Phil Woods, Service Planning Lead for Energy here at Sydney Water, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about the Energy Master Plan. The Energy Master Plan was developed by the Service Planning and Asset Strategy team at Sydney Water. It aims to develop a vision and a program for Sydney Water to become world-class in both the use and generation of energy. It aims to reduce the impact of energy on customer bills, to cut waste, to eliminate greenhouse gas emissions, and to decouple our business from the volatile energy market. The program is a first of its kind attempt within Sydney Water to address the water energy nexus by integrating it into our strategic business planning. A key innovation of the master plan is the plan on a page. This plan on a page is something new for Sydney Water and has enabled us to present the energy master plan, the vision, the key targets, the positions, and even the key actions in one A4 page. There is more potential energy in wastewater than is needed to run our entire business. The challenge is being able to find ways to cost effectively and energy effectively extract that energy. The Energy Master Plan has a key focus on energy generation. The generation of biogas, both from sewage sludge and from food waste, and also the generation of solar power using available land at our many sites across our area of service. By 2030, we aim to be purchasing the same amount of electricity that we were in 1998, despite as many as 2 million more customers being served. We are aiming to double our self-generation of energy from what is already a pretty significant base at almost 20% of our electricity demand. The Energy Master Plan is also supporting achievement of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, particularly Goals 7, 12 and 13. Previously, energy management at Sydney Water was very focused on the operational side of things, so in improving the operational energy performance of existing assets. A key innovation of the Energy Master Plan is to integrate energy performance into all stages of the asset lifecycle, particularly in the planning and design stage, so that we are designing and building assets that can achieve energy best practice performance. The Energy Master Plan doesn't simply just benefit Sydney Water's bottom line. By reducing the impact of energy on customers' bills, by increasing the amount of renewable energy generation, both from sewage, from solar, and from food waste, and improving the management of food waste across the city, and by also reducing the stability of the grid and the security of our energy supply, we are adding value for our customers now and for generations to come.
The name doesn't really give much away, but enhancing our Dandenong Creek is actually a sewerage management project. We've got a really unique situation in Dandenong Creek where the sewer spills more frequently than it should. And the conventional approach to addressing this problem would be to build a really big pipe. But instead we actually challenged the status quo, stepped back and took a holistic approach and looked at what could we do in this catchment to actually improve the waterway for the community and for the biota that lives there. It's about changing the way we think about managing an urban waterway, and that's really our approach to managing it, who we work with and how we go about working with them.
The amazing work that Melbourne Water have actually done to change what was here is phenomenal work. It's certainly given a lot back to the community, it's given a lot back to us.
One of the things that sets Enhancing our Dandenong Creek apart is that it sets a new benchmark for the water industry, particularly in engagement and participation and empowerment of community and stakeholders.
In 30 years of working in the industry, it's probably the best partnership project I've ever been involved in terms of the true collaboration and engagement with stakeholders like the relative councils, Maroondah and ourselves, Knox, as well as the friends and community members that were included in the discussion.
With the community panel being involved in that process, I guess has actually helped us to relay our concerns for the area, being locals to the location.
Engaging with the community is actually upskilling the community, so I really value that.
Some of the more innovative approaches that we've been taking is utilising new technology, looking at live monitoring of the stormwater network. We undertook some investigation work into the types of pollution that we're commonly finding within the waterway, and we're using the assistance of our research partners as well.
Our initial research was on the problem that was part of Dandenong Creek. We did some new technologies that we trialled, and we were able to sample up the drains to really isolate where these sources of pollution was coming from.
The best outcomes for waterways and communities can be achieved more efficiently through innovation and collaboration, and this project, Enhancing Our Dandenong Creek, really is a testament to that.
Across Australia, dirty water is one of the biggest causes for customer concern. In the Adelaide metro region, dirty water makes up the majority of all water quality complaints. Adelaide is not unique in experiencing dirty water events. Since the Allwater contract started in 2011, we have been working with specialists from around the world as part of the Allwater Technical Assistance Program, looking at innovative solutions to better understand discoloration events. These studies have linked customer complaint data to areas of the network with high deposition of corrosion byproducts. A link was also made between corrosion and the water produced by the water treatment plants themselves. Southern Water Treatment Manager Todd Lowe explains.
May 2018 saw the commissioning of a pilot plant at Happy Valley Water Treatment Plant to assess whether correcting the balance of the water to target a neutral or slightly scale-forming water will significantly reduce the corrosivity. Reducing the corrosivity of the water will have a positive impact on the life of our assets, as well as reducing the occurrence of dirty water events for our customers.
At network level, we have worked on several innovative ideas to reduce the risk of dirty water events for our customers. Network Water Supply Manager Dan Ford explains.
The Resuspension Potential Measure Tool, or RPM, is used to evaluate the particles that are sitting within water mains and their potential impact on customers. The tool itself is an above-ground hydrant fitting that measures turbidity and flow as water is flushed out of the main. Depending on the results, we can quantify a water main as being low, medium or high risk to customers receiving potentially dirty water.
As part of the Dirty Water program, a decision was made to trial proactive flushing in 3 areas of the western suburbs with high corrosion. The benefits of proactive flushing in an area can be observed through reduced sediments in the network. Residents and businesses are notified in advance of this work, which we perform at night to reduce the impact on our customers. Collaborating with SUEZ, we trialled innovative cleaning techniques during this time, including ice pigging. The flushing trial identified that the process was very manual. We began to use a flush scheduling optimisation tool developed by Optimatics. Using the Advanced Customer Complaint Mapper and ARCUS portal, we now have better access to live customer complaint data than ever before. Preliminary results from the pilot plant indicate reduced corrosivity on steel and cast iron. We continue to monitor the results of the proactive flushing trial. To date, we have had 0 dirty water events from the 3 suburbs identified as high-risk areas. It is anticipated that the proactive flushing program will continue to improve the customer experience and reduce environmental impact by controlling water discharge.
In Queensland, local councils are improving water and sewerage services for more than 200 communities by working together. Strong collaborations allow councils to share ideas, skills and participate in regional projects that deliver modern, efficient water and sewerage systems and respond better to disasters like flooding, cyclones and drought. Completed projects create long-term savings for ratepayers, reduced cost, improved efficiency. It all helps to ensure regional communities have safe, secure and sustainable water and sewerage services.
QWRAP is a broad program for a large and decentralised state. Queensland is more than twice the area of New South Wales and almost 8 Victorias. Brisbane is closer to Melbourne than Port Douglas, and driving from Port Douglas to Cape York takes 28 hours.
Building water and sewage infrastructure in rural and remote communities and then maintaining it is costly, and responsibility falls to often under-resourced local councils.
QWRAP is an alliance program. 30 councils are participating, 46 projects are complete. $3 million in ratepayers' funds have already been saved.
Well, QWRAP's helping local government achieve economies of scale. It helps service vast geographic areas, it helps develop skills, builds expertise and increases councils' buying power. Part of its success also comes from the fact council and mayors are involved in collaboration, and we're developing political will, and that's got to be a great thing and aids the program's success.
We doubled our sewer relining in 1 year.
Water scouring, cleaning, pipes, doing those sorts of things as a collaborative group.
For Yarrabah, the benefits are obvious. They got access to our guys who have a high level of expertise, the tools, the equipment, and even some of the supplier arrangements. So our guys got the experience of going to another community and working and mentoring with the teams at Yarrabah.
The Queensland Government is the enabler. It provides funding for collaboration and governance. Regional coordinators drive the sharing of resources and learnings. Councils can more easily share equipment and reduce the number of redundant standby assets. For rural and remote councils, the ability to quickly find replacements can reduce interruptions to services by several days, even weeks.
The Queensland Government funds QWRAP to enhance collaboration on the delivery of water and sewage services in regional Queensland. We all get better value by empowering local governments to provide water and sewage services to their communities. We support councils because they support our regional communities. Our investment in QWRAP provides longer-term sustainability that ensures all Queenslanders have access to safe, secure and sustainable water supplies.
How could it possibly be that in this day and age we have let a river go to a point where it kills all the fish? In the morning when we got up at about 5 o'clock, I walked down to have a look and the shores were covered in floating dead fish, and I just couldn't believe it.
Starting point really was the major fish kill back in 2013. We knew then that we really needed a different approach to not only managing our waterways but also working with our community. The Revitalising Geographe Waterways program is about using our best science and understanding and working with as many partners as we can in this catchment to improve water quality. This catchment is really cleared of vegetation, it's very flat, it's got lots of drainage, and we've got really sandy soils that leach our nutrients. And that's created fabulous areas for agriculture, and we support a thriving agriculture industry, but also it creates real havoc with our waterways by filling our waterways with nutrients, and then nutrients then grow algae. We're also one of the fastest growing urban areas in the state, so we've got lots of people who want to come down here to live and love our outdoor lifestyle, but also that's adding pressure to our waterways. When you try and improve water quality, you've got to work with so many people. And that working together and that collaboration really starts at the top, and we've developed a whole range of different groups and different forums for people to be involved at all different levels of this program.
The vast OneUp is such an amazing system. Its RAMs are listed because of the huge quantity of birds, and community really value that. The collaboration was innovative because it brought together people with different experiences, those who live on the system, those who manage it, and people like myself, and I learned a lot from listening to what they had to say. Algal blooms can kill fish in two ways. Some of the algae is actually toxic to the fish, but also algae can lower the oxygen levels at night, causing fish to suffocate.
We've been here for 11 years now, and we've seen the changes in the river. All the members of the collaboration were on an equal footing. It had department heads, it had scientists, it had the dairy industry, it had the local community, and it was a perfect example of how you get the whole lot of the story at once. Now, after all these years, the fish that are here today, there's thousands of them.
So for me, the highlight really has been the improved relationships, but also we've had water quality improvements. We've been able to reduce the risk of fish kills, reduce some of these nasty algal blooms in some of our estuaries. The more people who are involved, the more people who use the right fertiliser on their lawns, the more farmers who are involved with our soil testing programs, the better chance that we've got. And to me, a real outcome of that has really challenged how I would normally work in this space, and I would never go back to not following this collaborative model. We equally want to see these waterways looking great in the future.
Water, a resource so valuable we couldn't live without it. To secure, supply and distribute it fairly, governments need reliable information about where it is, how much there is, where it's coming from and where it's going. In many places around the world, this information is lacking. The World Water Data Initiative is about helping governments be better informed so that they can make improved decisions about how to manage this precious resource. And the Bureau of Meteorology has been key in its development. The Good Practice Guidelines for Water Data Management are practical, comprehensive and easy to apply. They set out 7 key activities for nations around the world to practice. Governments need to identify the most important goals for water management for their country and for their region. They must make sure the institutions that collect and manage water data have clear mandates and the resources they need. Effective systems for monitoring water in the long term must be established, and global information standards for water data are implemented. Governments must also embrace an ethos of open data when it comes to accessing and licensing, and make sure they have effective information management systems for their water data. Lastly, governments need to have processes for making sure water data is of a high quality. These activities are underway now in Afghanistan, Tajikistan, India and along the Mekong River, 4 water-stressed parts of the world where the Bureau is helping governments to set up good water data practices. Adopted around the world, the Bureau of Meteorology's guidelines will help ensure we all have access to clean water and sanitation.